Hello, I'm Super Orange Cat, and here I am with Toonami's ratings for October 5th, 2019. Let's start with the top of the block. Dragon Ball Super's finale pulls in a .47. Then the first new episode of Dr. Stone pulled in a .30. The second new episode of Dr. Stone pulled in a .29. Fire Force pulls in a .24, Food Wars at a .21, Black Clover to .18, Boruto to .17, Naruto Shippuden at a .16, Gundam Origin, I believe the finale also at a .14, Lupin the Third Part 5 at a .12, and a rerun of My Hero Academia also at a .12. In general, this was kind of a very mixed bag for the ratings. And note how I was very slow with the first number because I had to emphasize Dragon Ball Super finale pulling in a .47. This, in the more than 1 year I've been tracking Toonami's ratings, making videos about Toonami's ratings, this is the highest number I have seen. And I've been foreshadowing, been believing that this was plausible from the beginning of the tournament. Power Arc was claiming that we could have this gradual build up because at that time, going into the tournament power, Dragon Ball Super ratings were actually only like high 20s. I was thinking, with this being a very well known, very loved arc in general of Dragon Ball Super, I can see an increase of ratings leading up to a very high number at the end because of just the fact that this will probably be the last new Dragon Ball episode ever aired on Toonami. Which, since there's no Dragon Ball show in the works that I'm aware of, this looks more and more like this is the case. And it did. .47, amazing number. In terms of total viewers, over 900,000 viewers, which nowhere near historic for Toonami. Not too long ago, Toonami would have multiple shows over 1 million viewers. Like, I remember, example, Kill la Kill getting like 1.5 million at its prime. And Kill la Kill was a complete rating smash back in the day, like 3-4 years ago on Toonami. But just amazing number. When we get reruns starting next week, starting from episode 128, don't anticipate it being this high. I'm going to guess a .28 for those ratings, a little lower than it got in its original run. Like, I think some people really want to see it again, but I don't think necessarily it's going to be as big a draw. So let's go to the rest of the block. Like, you could point out Dr. Stone being the second show not named Dragon Ball Super in the last 2 years. It's the third Toonami show since the start of 2018 to hit a .30. The other two, by the way, being Boruto and the premiere episode of Fully Coolly Progressive, getting to that number. It's a good number. Yeah, but you have to look at the whole night as a whole. The ratings just dropped gradually throughout the night. There was no point I can tell until the very end where we had anything remotely looking like a build on another show, and it was a much faster drop throughout the night than we usually get. And my theory is that it's just people gradually turning the TV off who wanted to watch Dragon Ball Super and just kind of left the TV on, which sounds stupid, sounds like a very roundabout excuse, but this is pretty common in TV where you're watching a show, then you like go to the computer without turning off the TV. And if you have a Nielsen box, that still counts as you watching the show. And throughout the night, you just turn off the TV or just go to a different channel or whatnot. And this is like pretty common. I think my theory is that this is kind of what happened throughout the night. If you look at most of these shows, especially in the top half of the block, it got numbers way higher than it usually gets. Like I said, Dr. Stone pulling at a .3 and a .29 when it's like only once or twice even gotten above like .2. You have Fire Force, which has kind of been a struggle in the ratings, usually gets below a .2 at a .24. Food Wars, I think only one other time ever hit a .2. It's at a .21 this week. Black Clover had kind of been languishing in like .14, .15, .18. But again, it's in context because I can guarantee you we're not seeing these numbers next week. These shows will not repeat that performance. And it's because, like I said, just this halo effect, as it's called in TV, from Dragon Ball Super's finale. So I would urge any caution in saying that Toonami is back by looking at these numbers. And also, another thing that kind of proves my point is, as you get to the end of the block, if you look at Gundam's ratings, if you look at Lupin the Third's ratings, and the rerun of My Hero Academia's ratings, those are numbers that it usually gets on a normal nightly basis, which means by that time, nearly every TV, which had still been on Dragon Ball Super by people who really just wanted to watch Dragon Ball Super, had been mostly turned off, which you would expect being around 3 in the morning. So most of them have gone off to sleep at this point, you know? And it's just, and this is just going to raise more questions of, look, we have Dragon Ball Super for 4 weeks with reruns starting this upcoming week. The question is, what's going to be the new leadoff show? Because we still don't have that answer yet. This is a 4 week stopgap. And since many people have pointed out, and I believe I had one of my comment section from one of my early videos point out how the reruns for Dragon Ball Super are going to end the exact week as the reruns for My Hero Academia, that this could mean in 4 weeks we get My Hero Academia season 4. The more I thought about it, I think that's probably at least the strategy they're going for. So in 4 weeks, if it's not My Hero Academia season 4, it's gonna look really, really bad because it looks like they've been choreographing it. At least look like on the surface that that is the show that will be the new leadoff show when they get the rights to season 4, which likely is gonna be sometime in the next few weeks if this is their strategy. So again, very, very good night for Dragon Ball Super. I'm not gonna say this is the highest it's ever gotten because I'm not certain on that. And I'd like someone to point out to me if they've actually gotten above this Dragon Ball Super has during its run. But again, what do you guys think? What do you think is going to be the new show to lead off the block in 4 weeks? Leave your comments, leave your guesses down below. What are your opinions about these ratings? I love seeing your guys' opinions in the comments section. If you want this, if you want more Toonami news, Toonami ratings content like this, please subscribe. Please hit the like button and hit the notification button. I am Super Orange Cat, and that is all.